So today I'm going to be making a paper bag puppet. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all of these symbols at the bottom. So I'm going to take my paintbrush, and you can choose whichever color you'd like. I'm going for this orange, brown, peach kind of color. And I'm just going to paint this entire thing. Now, something I like to do is I put glue over it, and the glue will dry clear, but it will look better. And once the glue all dries, then you can put white out over it and paint it. But for the smaller parts over here, I'm just going to cover it with paint. Okay, so now that I have everything smoothed out, all of the glue, I'm just going to paint in that one color over everything. Again though, if you still paint over it and you still don't like how you can somewhat see your color, you can use white out over it after the glue is all out, and you can just cover it up with the paint afterwards. Now that that's all painted, I'm going to close it and bring that over there. The next thing I'm going to do is grab a piece of paper. So let's do that. You can use a piece of paper you've already used. Like this one has a bit of drawings on it, but that's alright. Now I'm going to grab a pencil, and I'm going to trace out the square right here. Okay, and for the last part, I'm going to connect them. Now, this part you don't have to do if you're doing a different animal, but for mine, I'm going to be doing a lion, so this is going to be the mane. So if you are also doing a lion, then you can do this too. I'm just drawing with spikes on the top for the fur, and spikes on the bottom for the fur. Great. Now for this part, it's really close to the edge, so I'm going to measure out with my fingers. It's this long. So now I'm going to draw another line that is this long, and draw spikes on that end, and draw spikes on this end. Perfect. The next part is you're going to draw like make it look like a little frame. Okay, so now you're going to paint it whatever color you were painting it. So for mine, the frame is going to be the same color as the paper bag, and the mane is going to be a yellowish orange to match like other things like that. Now that that's all painted, I'm going to go in with these, so I'm going to just rub off all of that paint. You don't really need water if you're doing a similar color. And now I'm going to grab the orange I'm going to use and just put it right on top, like that. Rub off the rest of the orange paint. I'm going to grab yellow now. Do the exact same thing. Just grab a bunch, smear it right on top. I'm going to grab a little more. Okay, perfect. Now, time to mix. There. So that color I'm going to do for the entire mane of the lion. Okay, now it's all painted. I also added some different triangles over here because these ones I thought were a little too tall. So next step is you're going to grab your scissors and you're going to cut out the shape that you did. Okay, so I cut out the mane and I also glued on this part. This is going to be the hardest part of this project. So you're going to need to fold it in half and make a little cut and another one. This is a little square cut in the middle. And now I'm going to unfold it, and I'm going to cut to make this entire little white square be cut out. Okay, the mane is now all cut out. The next step is you're going to take the paper bag you had earlier. And up here, I'm gonna just see the mane if it fits. It does, okay. So the next part is I'm just going to put on a little glue rim on the edges of the paper bag. Remember, don't use too much glue or it will be way too sticky, way too just watery. It will turn out a huge mess if you use way too much glue. So just do little lines and occasionally these little splotches. Now you're gonna lay down the mane of the lion. Remember, you can do any other animal, but this is just mine for demonstration. I also just like doing lions on things. They just look so cute when you draw them and do crafts with them. So now that that's glued, you don't even have to wait for it to dry. You can use a paintbrush if you don't have these, but I'm going to be using my paint markers. And I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to draw a cute, like, funny little mouth. I'm doing the same one that I did for my frog video. So all you have to do is draw a line. If the paint is still wet, then you can wait, but I am kind of impatient, so I'm just going to be drawing over it. So there is that, and now you're going to draw a straight line going down. Now I'm going to grab my pink. And go over. Again, I'm gonna go back over that. I think I'm going to do real paint to go over that so I can make sure it stays. So where did my paintbrush go? Okay, so I'm gonna take my paintbrush again. I'm just gonna grab a random piece of paper and just shed off that extra and grab the pink. And do the tongue. Now we're gonna wait for that to dry and then we'll draw the line in the middle. The next step while we're waiting is that I'm going to grab some googly eyes. Also you can draw on eyes or like have like a sticker, but I'm going to be using googly eyes. Okay, so once you pick out your googly eyes, I have mine right here. I'm using these ones. They're small, but not too small, and they're pretty big. So these ones have a sticker on the back, but there are kinds that you need to glue, so you can also glue them on, but remember a dot is a lot, so only do a dot on the back of your googly eye if it's a glue kind. Okay, now that one is peeled off, and I'm gonna stick it right here. It looks pretty small, but I think he looks pretty cute. To make it more bold, I'm going to outline his eyes in black once the paint dries. We will see if we will do that actually. The next part, you're gonna grab a piece of paper. I'm using this one because I didn't really like the way it turned out that much. So I'm just gonna cut off the extra pieces. So the thing you're gonna do is you're gonna need a pencil to make sure that if you make a mistake, you can erase it. And you're gonna draw two little hands. Mine look more like mittens, but I think they look alright. I'm gonna erase the thumb though because it is a lion. But that was also for demonstration purposes. So now I drew the 3 lines for the little toes. And the next step in this is you're gonna paint them. You can also color them in, anything like that, but I myself is gonna be painting them. So I'm gonna do it yellow. And you can paint outside of the lines too, because you're gonna cut these out anyways. So they have like a little ombre yellowish orange effect on them, which I like a lot. So now I'm gonna cut those out. paw is cut out, and as a disclaimer, you should always leave a little piece of extra paper on the end for gluing purposes. Now time to cut out the other one. Now that I have both of my arms, I'm going to stick them onto our cute little lion. So with that, I'm going to take some glue. For this one, I forgot to put on the extra white piece, but it's okay because his arm is already pretty long anyways. And now these little flaps on the paper bag, you're gonna put it in between the flaps. Like this. Time for the other arm. Remember guys, a dot is a lot. And now the other flap on this side. I'm just gonna stick that in. It may not look like a lion to you, but I sure think it does to me. And now you can just move it around. You can talk, and he has a good time. There is your DIY paper bag animal. You can do this for school. You can make it for fun. You can make it for a puppet show. You can make it for any reason you like. I don't mind. But this is my way of doing it. If you have any other suggestions on it, then make sure to leave those in the comments down below. Also, please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. Thank you guys so much. And oh yeah, make sure to turn on notifications. This way you can have more epic content like this. Bye guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.